Okay, we're on Zoom, or we're on.
All right.
YouTube.
Thanks, Chief. Okay, well, welcome everybody who, if anybody's joining us live or those that might watch this meeting later, welcome to the monthly regularly scheduled board meeting for Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4. We've got a quorum, so I'll call the meeting to order. Why don't we go around the room here, go around the screen and introduce ourselves, roll call, so to speak. I'm Mark Land, Commissioner.
Steve Cooley, Vice Commissioner, or I'm a Commissioner also, but I'm the Vice Chair, sorry. Still early, isn't it? No, it's noon. Dang it.
Tim Johnson, Commissioner.
Jason Vanderveen, Fire Chief.
Sean Ward, Division Chief, Support Services.
All right, thank you. So the first item here, under letter C, which I guess I'm not sure why that's not in, oh, no, there it is. All right, so the public comment portion, the members of the public are able to hear the entire meeting via Zoom. We're doing our best to make this as accessible as possible with our technology. The instructions on how to join were and are posted on the website. So the next item, I want to lead off with an apology, cancellation of the July payroll voucher. I have a pretty vivid memory of actually saying that I was going to head to the fire hall and sign everything. I did not. So my apologies. That created a problem with payroll and getting everything we needed to get into the county. So I don't know, Chief, if you or Jenny, somebody needs to walk us through the formalities of canceling that. Do we actually need a motion, or how do we best go about doing that?
Yes, you need to, someone needs to make a motion to cancel the July payroll voucher. And in that, you could also memorialize that canceled, those canceled amounts will be moved forward to this month, and you'll see that in the consent agenda.
Okay. All right, could I entertain it? And then if anybody wants discussion, of course, once it's moved and seconded, there'd be an opportunity to discuss that. So can I have a motion to cancel the July payroll voucher?
I'll make a motion, sure. I move that we cancel the July payroll voucher.
I will second that.
Moved and seconded that we cancel the July payroll voucher. Is there any discussion on that?
So just to make sure I'm clear, sorry, Tim, I saw you were going to ask a question. Maybe this will answer it. So I'm seeing in the packet right after, 2 pages after the agenda is the one we're canceling, right? And then the one that we are going to sign isn't on here, right? It'll be in our paperwork. Is that right, Chief?
Correct.
A new one.
It's further down in the, if you look further down in the packet, you'll see it there.
I see it
those,
now.
Those amounts are brought forward.
Okay.
So it'll be a doubled up.
Okay. Yep. I see it.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Just want to be sure I see it. Okay. Nope. No further discussion from me.
Tim, you have anything?
That was my question as well. I'm good. Understand.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Tim, did you vote?
Aye.
Okay, thanks. All right, motion carries. Yeah, again, my apologies.
No worries. At least on
So
this.
in the consent agenda, all matters within the consent agenda have been distributed to each member of the Board of Commissioners for review or considered routine and will be enacted by one motion of the board with no separate discussion. If a separate discussion is desired, that item may be moved from the consent agenda and placed on the regular agenda by request. So in our consent agenda for this month are the meeting minutes, July 18th regular board meeting, the staff reports, the financial reports, and the vouchers. And The expense fund revenue for July was $7,253.76. Total expenditures for August, $1,408.90. The monthly expense payroll voucher will be $1,280. The monthly expenditure voucher will be $128.90. Did anybody want to pull anything out of there for a separate discussion? All right, then could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I would move for approval of the consent agenda as presented.
I would second that motion.
Moved and seconded that we approve the consent agenda. Is there any other discussion on that?
Just
All
to
those in
thank,
favor?
oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Just going to say, just to thank you to Chief Vanderveen. That's a really thorough report. Thank you. So go ahead. His staff report I thought was very helpful. So.
Yeah, and I think we'll be revisiting a particular portion of that later in the meeting. But I agree, those chief reports are very helpful.
Yep.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. All right, yeah, great segue then. Unfinished business. Britton Loop Station 12 maintenance. It's like Groundhog Day. Well, somebody other than me is going to drive that conversation, I think.
Yep, Chief Ward, take it away.
There you go.
Well, we've given you one bid already. We've got another company working on a second bid. I asked him if he could give me some ballpark. It's right in line with the first one. So, your costs are probably going to be in close to the $500,000 mark to reside those two buildings. There is an option that we can look at. The county has made mention that they are interested in potentially turning Station 12 into a medic station, and in doing so, throwing some money somewhere to build said addition onto that building. So there is a potential of moving ahead and doing the admin building only, with understanding that if building goes on with the Station 12 itself, that we kind of coincide that with a resiting project as well. So that's my summary right there as far as that goes. But at least we can button up the admin side of things and make sure that it's watertight for come winter time if we can get them in this year. I don't know if we can get it done this year though. So.
Okay, so are we moving from information gathering to maybe, making some recommendations and then the board actually making, taking some action here, or hold my hand here. Are we still gathering information, or?
I'd like to continue working with the county and see what their schedule is for the remodel of Station 12. If that's when we get to that point, and see, quite honestly, I don't know if this would work or not, but maybe they would reside both stations, get some economy of scale out of purchasing, and then we could pay them back for the admin building or something like that. Chief Ward and I probably need a little more time to hammer out with Mike Hilly and really drill down and figure out who at the county do we need to be talking to, as opposed to the EMS administrator. So we're not ready to make a decision yet, but I think we're getting closer. I'd love to be closer. I'd like to be done.
Yeah. Chief Ward, any sense for, is one building worse than the other? I'm just curious. Or are they both in about the same state of disrepair?
The south side on both stations is in poor condition. I would say the fire station itself is in worse condition than the admin, because the admin does have a few trees that block out a little bit of the sun on that south side, whereas the station is just in full, glow of the sun and reflection from the concrete right on that building. So, and even in some areas where the sun isn't hitting, there's some water infiltration just due to maintenance being missed on that building in the past. So yeah, the station 12 is probably the worst of the two.
Okay, thanks. I thought that was an important piece of information for us to carry forward in case we had to choose one or the other. But yeah, to me, all those options sound like we should pursue them all and see which one works the best. So yeah, thank you.
So it sounded like the remodel option would be contingent upon the EMS levy passing in November. Is it
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Okay. So is it if the EMS levy passes, is it pretty much a given that we'll get the new unit at 12, or is that also just a possibility?
That was written into the plan, and I gathered from watching county council, they're going to be auditing that the items in the plan are done a little closer maybe. And so I think it's going to happen if the EMS levy passes. They're going to have to reshuffle those units once that Medic 75 goes into service in Linden. They're going to bump a medic unit down closer to Mount Baker Highway, and that is the one that would end up at Station 12. So I would say it is a foregone conclusion that'll happen. Yes.
Okay, so November we'll probably have a pretty good idea whether or not we'll be doing a remodel.
Yes, and I don't know how fast those station moves are going to be made, but what I'd like to do is get a sense from EMS administrator and from the county, and that they're going to do a remodel. We need to be in the planning stages now and kind of get the ball rolling just with supply chain issues and just the pace of government. So
realistically, it sounds like we're waiting until next year to do any of this, because if we're wait for the EMS levy to see, we're going to have to go through one more winter with the existing siding. So
yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll be fine doing that. It's just, we're going to have to definitely keep that one in mind.
Gotcha.
Just in time for the 2023 materials rate increases.
yes, of course.
Most
yeah. Okay. Any more on that?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you. So then, yeah, I guess that then takes us to pulling that piece out of your chief's report with your conversations with Chief Hewitt on future relationships. I guess what can you expand on there?
Well, what we sat down and really tried to look at, what do we want to do? Not what we wanted to do, but what would be best for the long-term health of the district. And, we can come up with a couple really neat plans that he and I agree on, but turns out that the voters need to agree on it as well. And both of us being married realized that we need the input of the other party before we can make our decisions. So what we came up with was we need to go on a listening tour and have listen to what level of service the people want, but have both of us in the room to tell them, look, this is option A, this is option B. And then have a commissioner there to tell them about option C, which is no bueno. But we felt like we needed to get your permission to do that. We could potentially, items that could come up during this conversation are levies and things like that. This didn't seem like something that two fire chiefs can go out and do on their own without having an elected official with us, so that the conversations that we're having. What we've kind of brainstormed is having 3 conversations, one in the Station 12 area, one, believe it or not, at the Fork down by the former Station 11 area. We feel like that's an important group to listen to and to get their feedback, and also try to find a Grange or something like that in the Station 13, kind of that East Smith Road area, and talk to the more rural people and do them, advertise them on social media, multiple types of social media, put up flyers, and we're going to check and see if we can utilize some of the Bellingham's mailing ability to possibly mail out some flyers to communities as well. But kind of have a script, but leave it pretty loose. Let the citizens kind of drive it, but be there with the information. And like I said, you're going to have. And our thought was, if both of us are there, if the current provider and the potential provider are there, as well as an elected official, it really gives the citizens, they can yell, kick, and scream. They can tell us whatever they want to tell us, and now we have the info that we don't know. We just right now we're just speculating on what people want, and it's the missing piece. I think we missed. Actually, I know we missed in the levy. And that was because of COVID rules, but those have all been dropped. So now there's no reason for us not to go out and see what the taxpayers have to say.
Yeah, great idea. Absolutely. I mean, one voice here is please do it. Coincidentally, you mentioned maybe 3 locations. There happens to be 3 commissioners. So, maybe we could rotate. Each one of us could attend one of those based on, availability. If somebody can't do it, maybe one of us could do 2. Yeah, I think it's great. Just, you certainly have my support.
Okay.
Likewise.
I support that as well. No, I was going to say, I support the idea. I think it's a good idea. I really like the idea of presenting a unified message from the city and the district. I think that's important. I like the idea of a listening session. I just wondering if we should also allow some sort of capabilities so people who can't make a listening session can still provide comment.
Okay. Yep. And maybe that's leave give them kind of put a blast out there. The next 30 days, if you've got comments, concerns, criticisms of the fire district, send them to us. We're gathering your thoughts. What do you want? But we'd have to, Chief Hewitt and I would have to work on kind of what that ask would look like, so that it's not too narrow, but not too wide at the same time. You know what I mean? Like define the information we're looking for.
Yep.
Good point. Yes.
And I echo everything that Tim and Mark said. I think it's a great idea. I'm happy to help in any way I can. I'll do at least one session or more if others can't make it. So yeah, absolutely. Tim, I just echo what Tim said. I think, giving people a chance to remote in like we do for these meetings, at least to watch, maybe not, if there's any questions, but yeah. So yeah, sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah. So Chief, sounds like you've got unanimous consent for our support, if that's what you were looking for to move forward. And then just, tell us the whens and the wheres, and we'll figure out which one of us, can be there.
Okay. Time frame, we're looking at late October or late September, early October. Uh-oh. Mr. Cooley may not be around for those.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'll be gone from October 16th through the beginning of November. Just keep that if you have
Okay.
any, that just so you know, I'm gone the second half of October. So.
Okay. Well, like I said, we're going to try late September, early October. So.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Great. Anything else on that item?
No, I think that's it pretty much.
Okay. Before we go to new business, any other old or unfinished business? All right, first item under new business would be Whatcom County EMS levy endorsement question. So I guess, are you looking for, should we put together a letter, or how are you envisioning that to look to be consistent with everybody else?
Included in the board packet, there's a resolution
Yep.
that we put together.
Oh, right.
And that would be what we're looking, what I think would be kind of the best. Would you like me to share my screen? That way everybody can see it. It's,
Yeah, sorry. I
Page
forgot about
24.
that. I had it printed. Let me just bring it up here.
Yeah, it's page 24 of the electronic document.
All right, there it is. Resolution 2022-03. All right. So I guess when we adopt or potentially adopt resolutions, it's kind of customary that a commissioner would move to approve the resolution. They would read the resolution number, and then in this case, the first 3 lines. We skip over all the whereases, and then if it's approved, then I would read the bottom portion. So do any of us need any more time to read it or review it? Hearing none.
No.
All right, would somebody then like to introduce the motion for resolution 2022-03?
I'd be happy to. So we're proposing to pass Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4, resolution 2022-03, a resolution of the Board of Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4, supporting the countywide emergency medical services or EMS levy pursuant to RCW 84-52-069. And Mark, you said we'll skip the whereases?
Yeah, that's usually what we do.
Okay. A lot of supporting facts in the whereases, and then now therefore be it resolved that the Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4 Board of Fire Commissioners is in agreement and supports the recommendations of the 2022 EMS Levy Plan Committee and will be cooperative in seeking long-term, stable, and dedicated funding for countywide emergency medical services. Be it further resolved that the Board of Fire Commissioners supports placing a ballot proposition on the November 2022 general election ballot before the qualified voters of the county an EMS property tax levy pursuant to RCW 84-52-069 of not more than 29.5 cents per $1,000 assessed valuation each year for a period of 6 consecutive years to provide a stable and long-term funding for countywide emergency medical services. Passed and approved this 15th day of August, 2022 by the Board of Fire Commissioners of Whatcom County Fire Protection District number 4. And I present that and move that we approve.
I would second that motion.
Yeah, thanks, Steve, for going through and reading all that into the record. So it was moved and seconded that we approve resolution 2022-03. Is there any other discussion on that?
Only one quick question. Chief, do you know, is this same language being used by other fire districts, or is this just ours? Just curious.
It's very, very, very similar to other fire districts. And it is very similar to what both boards used with the last EMS levy.
Okay, thank you.
This same resolution will be before District 21 on Thursday.
Great.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Great. The BLS reimbursement. So that was probably what I signed the other day, Jason.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I thought that was going to be correspondence, but maybe I misheard that. Was there anything that you wanted to Any more to talk about?
I don't know that it really needs to be talked about. It following in your board packet, following the resolution, you'll see an interlocal agreement between the county and Fire District 4, where we are, for lack of a better word, applying for reimbursement for $187,400 or $714 to the county for BLS reimbursement money. And in the exhibit A of that, I just put that these funds will be used to assist with the funding of EMS services in Fire District 4 for the 2023 calendar year. And then, yeah, Commissioner Land and I both signed it, and it's been submitted to the county already. We're hoping that the projection is October that the county would actually cut checks and reimburse the districts.
Yeah, thank you. All right, any other new business? So was that probably the only correspondence, or did I miss anything?
Nope, that was it.
Okay. Yeah, so then the last or almost the last thing would just be making sure September 12th, it's a Monday, still works out for everybody.
Looks good.
Okay. Signing of documents. I don't have another meeting until 3:30, so I'm hesitant to say this again, that I'll actually head out the door right now so I don't forget it and screw this up again, but that's actually what I'm going to do.
I'm going to do the same thing because I've promised to do it right away before and haven't. So I'm going to do the same thing after this meeting. I'm going down to sign.
Okay. All right.
The packet is in the drawer. So,
okay.
Well, and you're a lot closer than I am, so you'll probably be in and out of there before I get there. So,
yep.
All right.
I'll be following you guys a little later, either tonight or first thing in the morning. I have meetings till the evening today.
okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Heard that before. All right. Anything else for the good of the order?
No. Thank you all.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Yep. Bye.